Welcome to another episode of Be Love TV. I'm excited to be with you again. Another week that you've allowed us to come into your home, to come into your lives and talk to you about what it means to be love. At Be Love, we don't just show love, share love, but we believe in embodying love and unleashing life. And while you are at home, I know many of you all are just fumbling for things to do. So world, here we are to give you some laughs, to give you some information, and to just introduce you to two phenomenal women that I have come to know and respect. I'm grateful today that I have Jhetta Anderson with us, and I also have Chara Woods with us, and they are both college students, and because they are college students, guess what? They ain't on campus. They are at home, just like you. And so today I wanted to have a conversation with them about the coronavirus, some things they're thinking about, but also just to figure out how they're adjusting to being back at home in this way, being back at home this way, being out of school in this way while still having to produce. And so, sisters, welcome. How y'all doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling really good. It's the energy. I feel real good. Y'all are 6 feet away from me, 6 feet away from each other. I feel like, even if we are asymptomatic, we are keeping our distance. We're still practicing this distance. But I'm grateful to have you guys here. Now, listen, I want you to tell the Be Love Nation what I ask every guest that comes on our show, and that is, what makes you come alive?
Very vague, very vague. What makes me come alive? I would say nice energy. I like being around nice energy, and it's such a tricky question. Nice energy, of course, things that like make me laugh and smile, good spirits, and yeah, that's about it.
Good. Jhetta?
One of the things that make me come alive would be seeing other people be joyful and being happy. One thing I pray for every morning is for God to shine his light through me, so I can bless someone else, even if it's, oh, I like your shoes, and making them smile or something like that. So that is one thing that makes me live, and yeah.
That's what's up. So you guys are in college. Tell us about your college experience right now, your classification, your major. So where are you guys?
So my name is Chara, like he mentioned. I am a freshman economics major at Morgan State University. So I'm in my second semester of my first year. And of course, that had to end abruptly. I am finishing the rest of my semester with online classes, which is something I never wanted to do. I really enjoy being on campus and interacting, especially face-to-face interactions. And it's very, it's something to adjust to. Not necessarily difficult, but it's not something I wanted either. So it's new, it's different, it's very different.
My name is Jhetta, like he already said, and my major is business management with a minor in theater arts, and I am a super senior. This will be my fourth year, my fourth year in college. Next spring, I am expected to graduate. So, yeah.
Ooh, shout out. So econ and business, right? Mm-hmm. Both have some financial interests right there, as we see this economy is really crashing right now. And so we're going to need y'all after this to really shepherd us out of this.
Right.
And hopefully, you'll be out of school next year so you can really jump in and do some of the repair that Trump and his boys have messed up during this process. So looking forward to that. Now, you also act, right?
Yes, I do.
Talk to us about that.
So I am a theater arts minor. I have a love for the arts, and I'm getting used to being on stage and acting. I'm more of a filming actress, but it's definitely a transition, and it's expanding, my experience and what I can do. And I don't know, it's just so different acting on stage, but I love it. I love it so much. I'm very, I don't know how to explain it. I have so many different personalities, so it's kind of cool to, allow acting to showcase all of them. Yeah.
Now, a major in econ. What you trying to do?
Well, I'm in economics and also finance. I want to be a financial analyst, but I feel like both courses are necessary for, of course, where this generation is going.
Got you.
And society. So yeah, it's like okay. On the other hand, I'm taking my prerequisites right now, so I'm not really in my major.
Sure.
So it's like a big question mark right now. But I know what I want to do. It's just a matter of actually getting there at this moment because of my prerequisites. So yeah.
So you're down there in Baltimore, right?
Yes,
Baltimore,
yes.
right?
Baltimore.
No T in there, Baltimore, right?
Baltimore.
So you're down there in Baltimore. How much fun you having down there? Just let us know.
Too much.
Too much fun?
Too much. But, I mean, I always get done what needs to be done. My grades come first. My grades are great. So I have a lot of time for fun and entertainment.
Because you're born and raised in Jersey,
Yes.
right? And so this is your first time living away from home,
Yes.
right? How has that experience been, being
Look
away
at that
from home?
smile.
I know. She just called a memory. A memory just called.
So I really wanted to go away for college. I did not want to stay home. I wanted a new atmosphere, a new area. So for me, being away in a different state, 2 hours away from home, my parents can't come see me often. It's great. I love it. I really have my space. It gave me time to grow as a person, learn about other people, especially because in my dorm, I had 2 roommates. And we shared a bathroom, and it was just, I've never had people in my space like that, and it was an adjustment. But I love being away. I love being in a new area, getting to see new people, and all that good stuff. So, yeah.
Good. Okay, so school is out for both of you all, not in terms of work, but in terms of in-person engagement. And college is, and big ups to all the people who did online education strictly. That's good journey, dope journey. But there is something about that on-campus experience that really shapes you, that forms you in ways, and some of it, Chara, you just talking about that, just that the kind of freedom you have, but also the diversity of experiences that you have. Like, you get to engage your classmates. I was privileged to come to one of your shows, and that kind of interaction and chemistry is harder to build on the web. What has been the greatest disappointment of classes being shut down, and what has been the greatest benefit of classes being shut down?
One of the disappointments I would say is there are some professors who don't know how to operate the internet. So instead of trying to learn it, they'll just end the semester, and I'm missing out on material that I'm paying for, which is kind of a good thing too, because the semester ended in that class. And like you said, just engaging with my professor. I had to FaceTime my professor, one of the my music coaches, yesterday for one of my classes, and I was just like, it just feels so weird because it's different doing something on camera rather than, just being there, and they can see everything when you're in front of them. So it's definitely different. And even with regular studies, it's harder, especially if you're doing math courses. Me and math courses online. Listen,
Concept, right?
it's hard. Yeah.
I would say the downside is it's a really big inconvenience, as she mentioned, getting in contact with professors or even just advisors or the financial department. It's harder when you have to make a phone call or make an email and it's not looked at right away, especially when you need that information right away. And also the in-person connection and bonds. I made a bunch of new friends that I was really getting used to and interacting with and hanging out with, and that all had to end very quickly. Now I'm just home in my room. But the good side is, I'm home, I'm in my room. I get to do my work as I please, not have to walk across campus to go to class. And yeah.
That's good. So now, y'all go to parties on campus?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Y'all missed the parties already?
Of course. Is that even a question? Oh my goodness.
Best party so far?
Oh, that's a hard one.
They're all so good, huh?
They're all just so great. That's a hard one.
I think you're romanticizing this. They can't all be that great.
The best party
They're all not
overall,
that great.
I would have to say homecoming. That's not really a party, but the atmosphere during an HBCU homecoming is just like phenomenal. It's something you just have to experience it. It's not even something you can really explain. That was just amazing.
I say I'm going to homecoming every year, and because tailgate's crazy, reunion years are crazy, and I haven't been back in at least I haven't been back to Morehouse the Spellhouse homecoming in a long time, maybe 5 years.
Why?
I don't know why. I got to go after this. This is like incentive to say I got to get my homecoming life back. Okay. Best Stockton party.
Best Stockton party would definitely be like the Greek life, all of that stuff.
Y'all got Greeks?
Yeah, we do, and that's the only time I really get to interact with, my black people on campus during those parties and those events. So I definitely take advantage of those. So yeah.
Understand. Most embarrassing moment on campus so far. That's funny. You don't have to be.
Oh, I got one. This just happened to be this semester. So on Stockton. Stockton campuses, typically the bathrooms are on one side when you walk into a hallway. And this one hallway was different. And I walked into a men's bathroom and I'm in the mirror doing my hair, checking my makeup. And a guy walks out the stall and I'm like, and I just run out and he was just cracking up laughing. I'm like, I'm just thanking God that he wasn't actually using the bathroom or oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed.
Oh, wow. I don't have an embarrassing moment. Not yet. I want to.
It'll come. You're a freshman.
Oh, goodness. But I do want to know, being as though I go to a HBCU and you go to Stockton, which is a PWI, a predominantly white institute, what would you say is the difference? Do you have a regret as far as that or something along those lines?
Well, growing up, I always said I wanted to go to a HBCU, and that didn't happen. So I try to make an effort to be involved with a lot of different things, like the different Greeks. I involve myself with them. I think about becoming part of Greek life and all those different things, going to parties, going to events. We recently had a Black Gala, all of those different things I try to involve myself with, because it is hard, especially when you're on campus and it is predominantly white. You just have to try and make friends with most of the people that are Black on campus. And I don't know, I just make an effort, even if I'm just waiting in line and I'm next to a Black girl. I'm like, oh, what you getting, girl? Or, I just try to make an effort. So
do you feel like, is there anything you think you're missing by being in an HBCU setting that someone who, like Jhetta, who goes to a PWI is getting? Is there anything lacking in the Black college experience?
Generally speaking, I would say oftentimes PWIs, they have more opportunities and better programs, more resources. More money, most definitely. I was going to say...
more scholarships.
Definitely. I was going to say, I don't think me at Morgan in particular, I don't feel as though I'm missing anything, but I did miss out on the opportunity to get large scholarships and things like that because of the institute that I went to and the funding that's provided for us. So me in particular, that's the only thing that I feel as though I'm missing. But generally speaking, there's a lot missing between HBCUs and PWIs.
Shout out to Black education, whether it's at an HBCU or PWI. Black people getting educated. You guys are going to be dangerous people once you get these degrees. An educated Black woman is still a lethal weapon of love and power and joy in this country. So I want you to know that as you finish these degrees, that you become a threat to white supremacy and to white male power. And I love it.
Yes.
Have you thought about getting your master's? I know you're just a freshman, so.
It's not even a question. I definitely want to go to grad school.
Good.
And extend my education as far as it can go. That's as most beneficial. So, yes.
Right.
You think about grad school?
Yes, absolutely.
Good, good. Now, so, okay. School has been dismissed, right? don't y'all think they owe you some refunds about this, right? Because I'm hearing some of the PWIs are issuing refunds. I ain't heard of the HBCUs issuing refunds.
The illustrious Morgan State University is most definitely giving their students a refund, yes. Because, of course, especially with out-of-state students, not only are you paying for your classes, you're also paying for your dorm, and you're paying for a meal plan. So we are getting prorated refunds. So what we did not use so far will be getting put back into our accounts, thank God.
Oh, that's good. I don't think Stockton is doing any refunds because people are getting the options whether or not they want to stay on campus, if they're living on campus or not. One of the main conversations I was having just in the other room was about the stimulus package and, you know, what are the technicalities when it comes to that? You know, a lot of people are saying that if you are dependent on your parents' taxes, that you're not getting that $1,200 or the additional $500 if you're over the age of 18. And it's like, okay, but what about those people who are working and they can't work right now? Yeah. They deserve some money too, who decided not to take out loans or anything. So yeah.
I think that's a significant point because one, we know that this stimulus package has not really thought about the most vulnerable significantly. One, $1,200 is not getting people through the month, right? Through most people. And it's not, right? And I know there's some people who fought harder for it, but there's so many ways that the current law is excluding people. You know, say someone like Jhetta who works and is a full-time student, right? And you also need resources because you have bills, right? You have expenses, and those bills and expenses have not been suspended because the economy shut down.
Exactly. And I think I was just talking to Miss Maria over here. She was saying that even if you do work, you're eligible for the stimulus package if you worked in 2018 and did your taxes. But my thing is this: what about those students who didn't work in 2018 but are working in 2019 to 2020, but don't have those taxes? But decided this 2019 and 2020 that they weren't going to take out loans because they're working to pay it off this year instead of taking out another loan. Yeah. That affects, you know, what are they going to do for those students? Right. So
what has been so this experience has been traumatic, right?
Definitely.
The idea of being locked in your home, right? And some of the language is don't come out of the house. And you almost feel like you're living under martial law. If you come outside, things are going down, right? They're going to arrest you right away. Like, it feels like a type of captivity, which I think is particularly hard for people who are descendants of slaves who already know what it means to have limited freedom. And now they're taking the other freedoms that we thought we had. I do get that. And social distancing is important, and we got to practice it. But although it's important, we have to practice it, it hurts. It's traumatic. You're away from things that you love. You're away from things that you've been investing in. You're away from your communities in ways, and that hurts. And so this experience has been hard on a lot of people's mental health. How are you guys staying strong mentally? How are you staying healthy mentally during this experience?
I would say, me personally, being a person where I don't mind being outside and I also don't mind being in, it hasn't been that difficult on me. But just to think that if I wanted to go outside, it's like, where do I go? What do I do? I can't really hang around people. It's a very big adjustment, and it's kind of like confusing. What do you do? Where do I go? So it's strange. It's very odd.
Yeah.
I am a black woman who does suffer from anxiety, like many people in my family and like other black women and black men as well. And a lot of time we like to keep ourselves running just to keep our minds off of things, you know. And I'm one of those people who had a schedule of going to work, going to school, and I always had something on my schedule to keep me going. So it's very different to just stay home all day and then you're looking at your phones and you're like, oh my gosh, all this stuff is going on. People are dying. You know, you're just getting overwhelmed with everything. So one of the main things that I did was just clearing my area. Definitely, I keep my space clean. So that way, because, you know, when you're looking at clutter, your mind gets cluttered. taking breaks from my phone, because when I'm looking at the news and I'm looking at how many people have it in Atlantic County or how many people have it in New Jersey or all over the world, or what doctors are dying while they're working, I just get overwhelmed and I get scared and more anxious. So I stay away from my phone for a little bit. Definitely start writing out a routine every morning, waking up, praying, going running, then coming back, maybe do a little laundry. You know, just get yourself into a routine so that way you're not constantly sitting there thinking, getting yourself overwhelmed. So, yeah.
That's good. So we're going to shut this down in a minute, but I want to particularly hear, like, both of you all have artistic backgrounds, right? Both of you all are into the arts, the performing arts particularly. How have the performing arts, or your connection to, your practice of art, your performance of art, have those been inspirations for you during this time?
Yes, actually. Pastor Willie was just saying right now, like, this would be a perfect time to start making new content and getting your mind flowing with some ideas. I want to get back started on doing Monologue Mondays for my YouTube channel. I have been practicing different practices just while I'm home as far as my acting goes, and yeah, just doing those things, keep myself moving. So Monologue Mondays will be coming soon on my YouTube channel if you want to check that out.
We're going to make sure you get the information after we finish this. We'll make sure it be in the rolling credits for you.
I would say during this time, especially with the arts, it gives you the time to be creative and try new things. Everybody's home and on their phones, and it's like, why not create something for people to look at? Even if it's not necessarily interesting at the moment, people are still watching it because everyone is on their phone at home. It gives you the opportunity to try new things, and yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So.
Also, while you're home, it's pretty cool while you're watching Netflix, or depending on what art you're into, to start studying some of the greats while you're home. You have that time to, educate yourself. So, yeah.
Good. All right. We're done, y'all. But here, if you could speak to the entire world, particularly college students, give us one word of hope and one word of advice to your fellow college students.
One word of hope. We'll be back on campus soon, y'all. Just hold on. Just hold on. And for advice, I would say concentrate and do what needs to be done for your classes.
One word of hope. Your anxiety is lying to you. Everything will be okay. And advice, I would say, again, just try and stay on top of your grades. I don't know if a lot of people are changing their grading policies, but make sure that you don't slip during this time because, yeah, no.
Good. Thank you both, Chara, Jhetta. Thank you for such an engaging conversation. Be Love Nation.
Yes.
You have heard from two of the greatest minds, personalities of this generation, and I'm excited about what they will do and how they will make us better. Listen. Make sure you like this, retweet this, repost this. Make sure you email this, text this, tweet, whatever you got to do. Get this in somebody's hands. There are a lot of college students out there trying to figure out what to do. How am I going to make this? Am I by myself? Does anybody know how I'm feeling? But even for those of us who aren't college students, what we know is that we will be back soon, and we know that our anxiety is lying to us, and we do not have to take its advice or its rumors. And so, Be Love Nation, until we see you next week, be love. Peace.